Hello and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy and I am so excited to have you here today for this Aries September Zodiac reading in which we're going to talk about some different aspects in your life and currently what's going on. We're going to look at career. We're going to look at finance or slash money. We're going to look at love and health and spirituality. And then we're going to pull a card, and that's all going to come from a regular tarot deck. Then we're going to pull one oracle card to kind of look out of something you need to be aware of. And then I'm going to pull you a crystal card if you're into crystals, maybe something you need to work with. Normally I do pull a crystal in the beginning of this video, but I was drawn to these cards and I was like, okay, instead of me being drawn to a particular crystal, we're going to just pull a card and see what y'all get. All right, so anyway, as I said, this reading is for Aries. It is good, excuse me. It is good for 4 months. I'll be doing this again in 4 months. So this reading, I'm doing 3 times a year. This is the first time that I'm doing this. I just started doing the Zodiac readings in September and people seem to really resonate with them. So we'll continue until y'all don't watch anymore. So again, this is good for September, October, November, December, and I'll be doing another one in January for this particular spread. Excuse me. I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm going to pause really quickly. First Zodiac reading, and I'm already getting dry. All right. So before we get started, again, welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. Everything that I talk about as far as my channel will be in the descriptions below. So again, if you're interested in following me on Facebook or Instagram, those links are below, as well as links to my website. My website is yournaturalhealer.com, and there I sell crystals, sage, essential oil, grid boards, salt lamps, just all kinds of products. So check that out. And I also have services. So before we move on and get into all of that stuff and I start shuffling the decks, if you would consider subscribing to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I know for those of you who subscribe and watch regularly, get sick of me hearing it, but again, you know, it really is real, the YouTube formula, and it is based off of numbers of subscribers. And getting authentic subscribers, I guess people can buy like bot subscribers, and it's like, why would you want to do it and be fake? That's bad karma. So anyway, getting authentic subscribers is very difficult. So if you would consider subscribing, I would greatly appreciate it. You can turn off the notifications. That will not offend me. I'm the same way. I turn off notifications for everybody I subscribe to. All right, what I'm going to do first, and now the cards are already cleaned. I do it with sage and I clear them with Reiki. But I'm going to go ahead one more time and clear them with some vibration. Guess I needed a little extra there. Okay, perfect. Set those tincture bells off to the side. I'm going to move this deck off to the side because I'm going to need some room for this spread, and I'm going to move that over there. So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. Now, remember, Aries, that this is a general reading for everybody with the sun sign of Aries. Now, if it doesn't resonate with you, don't freak out and don't go, oh, this is woo-woo and fake and all of that stuff. It's going to happen because, again, I cannot attach to everybody's energy of those people that are Aries. I didn't say that quite right, and I'm not restarting. You'll find out if you're new to my channel. My videos are authentic. They are not edited. What I say is what I say, and you'll hear my dog sometimes, and her name is Parker. She's a spiritualist as well. She loves Reiki and crystals and everything. Anyway, as I was saying, don't get frustrated. Remember, this reading is good for 4 months, so you could always come back next month or, within that time frame to see how the reading resonates with you. Additionally, you could always, if you wanted your own personal reading, in personal readings, normally you can ask 2 to 3 questions. Like you said, well, I want to know about love and my career, and then spirituality. And then I would do a reading like that. Normally with those readings, I probably use at least a minimum of 5 decks. I clarify cards, and it's going to be much more detailed than this. So remember, this isn't going to be very detailed as either. So again, if it doesn't resonate, don't leave a thumbs down. Don't leave a negative comment. Don't put that kind of negativity out in the world. Because remember that the law of attraction states that anything we put out in the world comes back to us threefold. So just because you don't like something somebody says on YouTube, or you don't agree with them, don't leave a negative comment. Don't leave a thumbs down, because it does mess with their YouTube algorithm. And guys, the thing is real, and there are people, just because you don't like somebody, it doesn't mean that other people don't. So again, please just make sure that you don't get upset if it doesn't resonate. Additionally, if it does resonate with you, I want you to claim this reading for yourself. I want you to take your right hand, place it on your heart, take a deep breath in, and say, yes, I claim this reading for myself. All right? And additionally, if you do subscribe to my channel, I do a tarot reading for the week every Monday where you pick a card. And then on Friday, I do what I call an email from your guardian angel to kind of give you a little bit of guidance for the weekend. Those normally come with a 2-minute distance Reiki hug, which is a 2-minute distance Reiki session. My Zodiac readings, I do not do the distance Reiki. So for those of you who subscribe, if this is your first time watching the Zodiac reading, I do apologize. So I'm trying not to hit. This camera has this stick thing on it, and when I lean forward, it always jabs me and I knock the camera around. So I do apologize. I'm just going to pull those in. I'm going to set the cards off to the side to get them out of the way. I don't have a lot of room on this desk to get everything in I need. Okay, I'm going to tilt the camera. I like the stick on my camera for that, but otherwise, it always stabs me. Okay, let's get this a little prettier. I'm all about presentation as well. All right, Aries. So let's go ahead and start. The first card I want to draw on is career. And this is going to give you a little insight of the energies that you are about to enter in over the next 4 months. And Aries, you got, let's look at it. I can't read it upside down. The Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, normally the Page of Swords, it's a root chakra card. It also deals with the element of air, and also zodiac signs. And when I say zodiac signs, I don't mean that it's just for these people. It's the energy of those signs, because we all have different signs in our birth chart. And even let's say Pisces. If you didn't have Pisces in your birth chart, you can still channel Pisces energy or draw on Pisces energy. So this card, the Page of Swords, draws on Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra energy. All right. So in terms of your career, what do we got here? I'm seeing a little bit of uncertainty, and I think it's more that you're already in a job. And I think it's one of two things. I think number one, either you're doing a lot of job hopping, and you'll go to a job and you'll stay 6 months to a year and you go somewhere else, 6 months to a year and go somewhere else. And that's not a good thing. And to be honest, that looks really bad on a resume. If you're not sure where you're trying to go to, I understand leaving a job because of if it's a money issue, or you're not happy with the benefits, or the schedule. But if you're just going, oh, well, I hate my boss, he's a jerk, I'm going somewhere else. Every time that you have a problem, you don't want to go and job hop. And I don't know if that's what's going on for some of you, Aries. But if so, you need to remember in the back of your head, sometimes you got to stick things out a little bit. I'll tell you a little story, and I always like to try to relate to you guys. I took this job And it was with a local government, not here in Texas. I lived somewhere else. And the job was easy. I was so overqualified for it. And but the politics were ridiculous. And there was a job opening within the department that I was the number one person qualified for it. Well, they gave it to somebody else, and that person happened to be a brown noser that liked to butt snorkel with the director of finance. So they got the position. I was going to quit right then and there, and I was like, you know what? Nope. First of all, I hadn't even worked there quite a year yet. I said, I'm going to give it to 1 year, and at the year mark, I'm out of there. And that's what I did. And, I felt really good about that. And, because it's too easy just to quit. So, if you are doing the job hopping thing, kind of beware of that. Also with this, I'm getting maybe for a few of you Aries that you're already in a job, but I think that you have all these ideas, and you might be saying, oh, we could do this, or we should do that, or I'm going to do this or that. And you're never following through with it. That's why there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of jumping around. And for you need to find more balance, okay? Don't just blurt an idea or say an idea or express something. If you do, follow through on it, okay? Because, that's not a good thing either if you're always saying, whether it's even if it's just to yourself, but if it's to superiors or coworkers, we'll do this, we'll do that, and then you never follow through on it, it doesn't look really good. So while this isn't a horrible card for your career, Aries, I think that it is this uncertainty, this jumping around you're doing is kind of keeping you maybe not stuck. Because like I said, for some of you that are job hopping, it's not stuck, but you're not progressing in your career. You're not moving up. You're either moving lateral or you're just there. So again, because career really does deal with our root chakra, and it's kind of funny that you got, see, the universe works in awesome ways. This is a root chakra card. Really focus on your root chakra. Maybe use some red carnelian would be a great tool, because that's also a manifesting tool. And I always call that crystal a cup of coffee and a stone, because it's a high energy, but it also provides balance and focus and things like that. And I think that that's what you're needing. And I think that you really need to, again, whether it's you're going to the next job or you've got all these ideas, you need to stay put and focus on the bigger picture. Okay. And if you are the one that's got all these ideas going on, let's take an idea. Sorry, I hit the camera there. Let's take an idea and go with the flow, and let's follow through to the end. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but at least you can say you tried. All right. So just take a deep breath. And the only way that you're going to find that perfect job, it takes time. It really takes time. All right, let's talk about finance next. And let's see what we got for finance. The World in reverse. Okay. Again, another root chakra card. And finance, yeah, you can kind of say goes with career, but not necessarily, because you could have a great career and your finances be garbage, and vice versa. You could have a terrible career but have great finances. And again, this deals with the root chakra, the element of earth, and then the planet energy of Saturn and Leo energy in the zodiac. And what I'm getting is that your finances are stagnant. And God, that's playing into this. I just said that, you weren't stuck, and stagnant is I know stagnant kind of means stuck, but this is definitely playing into this. So what we have going on here in your finances is maybe you're feeling it like you're not getting anywhere. And, why aren't you getting anywhere? First of all, we can say it's about budgeting, looking at wants versus needs and all of that. But if you're looking at it from a career point, like, just for a round number, let's say you're making $20 an hour and that's what you were making 10 years ago, we should have moved a little bit. And, I do think that it's because of this. Maybe you're not getting the promotion because, you throw out some great ideas, but you never follow through on them. Or maybe you're not getting the greatest job or the best salary offered to you because they look at your resume and they see that you job hop or you got these big gaps in between jobs, and they're not taking you seriously. So I do think that is what is affecting your finances. And I'm getting the inclination that maybe you're looking to shortcut it a little bit. And by shortcutting it a little bit, I mean like maybe you're looking for some kind of get rich quick scheme, or I'm going to go out and, I don't know, sell all of these. You hear all these different people that sell these different things, and like, I don't want to name the product, but bags. So you go out and you become one of these bag vendors, and you live in a small town and there's already 50 people in your small town selling them. Probably not the greatest idea, and you're probably not going to be making the money that you're really looking to make. So to get to the financial position you need to work hard and be consistent. And again, that is these two cards are really playing into one another. In order to fix this, you need to fix the career thing. Okay. And once you find that balance in your career and that follow through, you're going to see that your finances aren't going to be stagnant. You're not going to be taking risky shortcuts, making risky investments, getting, your friend comes to you, oh, my friend's got this business and it's $500 to get in on the ground floor. And you give him $500 and next thing you know, there's nothing. So just be careful of that. Watch that mindset. Really focus on your root chakra over the course of the next couple months. Again, a good stone with finances. Carnelian is great too, because carnelian I love carnelian, obviously. But you're going to hear me say that about all the crystals. But with the carnelian, that's going to help give you that focus and determination. And you're going to, if something seems too good to be true, you're going to be like, nah, I pass. Okay. So again, these two cards are really, I'm going to let that one touch it, because those two are really, this one is dovetailing off of the career one. Okay, Aries? But other than that, it's not bad. It's just you need to refocus and you need to think of the big picture and the long-term future. Okay? All right, let's look at card 3 now. We're going to talk about the aspect of love in your life. And I'll talk about both if you're in a relationship or you're single. Okay? The 9 of Swords. All right, well, this deals with the sacral chakra, and it pulls off the element of air, Mars energy, and energy of Gemini, which Gemini is the lovers, so that's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to start with the single folks first, just because this is not a great card to get. And just because it's not a great card doesn't mean it's the worst, okay? So if you're single, you need to stop dwelling on the past. The reason why you're not moving forward in love, or you're not finding, I hit that card, I think it was that way. Why you're not finding love or nothing is working out for you is because you're dwelling on the past. And by dwelling on the past, I mean, you're dwelling on the relationships and where you did wrong, okay? you're dwelling on, oh, Tommy, he was such a wonderful guy, and why did I lie to him? And oh, if I didn't lie, Tommy and I would have this wonderful relationship. Or maybe if you're a guy or whatever, you're saying, oh, there was this wonderful girl, Rachel, and I cheated on her. If I hadn't cheated on her, she was perfect. You know what? We all make mistakes in all of our aspects of our life, whether it's love or career or whatever. So stop focusing on the past. Yes, you may feel guilt. Yes, you may feel remorse. But you know what? You need to work through that, because by just focusing on it and rehashing it, you're up to your knees in mud, and you can't move forward because you haven't closed that door. Okay? We're humans. We're souls having a human experience. And part of that human experience is feeling the horrible, horrible things like guilt and remorse and jealousy and sadness. Okay? But it's when we get stuck in those feelings that it begins to really take a toll on us. And I do think that this is affecting your sacral chakra a little bit. I think that your sacral chakra has maybe slowed down. I don't think it's necessarily blocked, but you need to stop dwelling on those past relationships, okay? All you single Aries out there, I want you to work on letting it go. So a couple things, I'm always talking about meditation, and if you haven't watched my channel, go to my playlist called Guided Meditations. There is a playlist for letting go of things that don't serve you well. I think this would definitely help you. And then I also think that there's one, if you're really in some deep-seated trauma over this, which I'm not getting the feeling that is, but if that's the case for a few of you, the pink guided meditation will also help you. So I think both of those. And then there's a real short one. It's like 7 minutes. It's not really guided. I just get on, I talk for maybe 40 seconds. And then it's all based off of sound. And it's best to listen to it with earbuds or ear headset on. And it's 7 minutes. It's this frequency for the sacral chakra, as well as water is the element associated with the sacral chakra. So it's got water sounds in the back of the music. Excellent for if you want a quick sacral chakra pick-me-up. And I do think that will help you as well, okay? But you got to let it go, because you're going to miss out on some potentially wonderful partners because you're too busy feeling guilty. Forgive yourself for whatever it is you did, because it was you that did the wrong. Forgive yourself. If you can ask them for forgiveness, go for it. If you can't ask them forgiveness, write them a letter asking for forgiveness. Don't make excuses as to why you did what you did. Just ask for forgiveness, and then take the letter, either rip it up, burn it, throw it in the trash, whatever. Okay? But that's going to help you. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, you're going to find yourself in a very challenging space. And I would just be really careful of, like, a lot of times, like, I'll just put it out there. This card has to deal a lot with being lied to, maybe some infidelity, things of that nature. And I'm not saying that's going to happen for you, okay? Your partner lying to you could be something as stupid as they didn't take out the trash, and you say, hey, did you take out the trash? Yeah, I took it out. And he paid little Jimmy to take it out, your kid or something. So, I mean, that's a lie. And yeah, it's a little lie, but it's still a lie. So I'm not saying this is something life-shattering like infidelity or lying about, paying the bills or something like that. But just, you're going to find yourself in a very, very challenging time in your relationship. And if you find that a person's not being totally honest with you in some way, don't lash out at them. Take some time, process your emotions, and then go for it. If it is something terrible, like, cheating or something like that, then I would suggest maybe going to counseling. Couples therapy, marriage therapy is a wonderful thing. You could do that. It has something to do with finances. Then maybe go do not only marriage counseling, but some financial counseling together. Maybe you take over the budget. But I'm not trying to scare you on this, but at the same time, I don't lie and make all my readings all rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. And I hope this part of the reading doesn't resonate with you. But just be vigilant, okay? And, you need to, and I think if you really are vigilant, where you ask appropriate questions, maybe really listen, not just hear, listen, really communicate with your partner, I think that this may not even happen, okay? You need to basically be strong and really keep the door open for that perfect love and communication and all of that, okay? And as I said, I don't like getting too specific in these because of the fact there could be 10,000 Aries people watching, okay? And I don't want all 10,000 going, Tammy said that my spouse is going to cheat on me or my fiance. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is just be careful, be diligent, keep your ears and eyes open, but in a good way. Don't turn into a suspect either. I don't want you questioning their every move, their every thought, going through their phone, because that's not healthy for a relationship. But at the same token, I think if you really turn up the volume on your game, that it will definitely help this from not happening. Okay? And one thing to remember with tarot is not fortune telling, okay? We all have choices in our life, and those choices affect the course of all of this. This is just the energy that is drawn at this point in time. So this is to say, okay, you know what? I don't want to be lied to or whatever. So, maybe I make it more of a point to talk to my spouse and say, hey, anything bothering you? And open up that kind of dialogue, okay? All right, Aries, let's talk about health next. Now, please remember, in no way am I diagnosing anything. If you are sick or injured or hurt, have any symptoms, please go see your primary care physician. I am in no way diagnosing anything or anything of that nature. All right? So with that being said, that is the Four of Cups in reverse. Now, this card, Aries, has to do with our throat chakra, or your throat chakra. The element of water, which has to deal with emotions. Moon energy, which moon energy deals with the divine feminine. It deals with emotions, it's intuition. And then the zodiac sign of Cancer, which I'm a Cancer, and we are very nurturing, but we're also super, super, super emotional and super intuitive. So this is about drawing off of those energies. This is actually a great card in terms of health. And it says that basically, if you've had any recent concerns with your health, that things are about to change for the positive, that you're listening to your doctors, you're doing what you're supposed to do, whether it's eating right or taking your medicine or meditating or whatever it is, you're doing the work. And that's one of the things why I love holistic really quickly, is that, when you pair medicine with crystals and Reiki and things like that, they complement each other so well. And I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in it, okay? So anyway, things are really about to change for you, and once it does, you are really going to find yourself, Aries, with a ton of beautiful energy. You're going to be on the go, you're going to be wanting to be more active. You're going to be more positive in your life. And this is just a great, great, great card because our health does affect our overall, it affects, when you hear mind, body, and spirit, it's a tripod. And when one is off kilter, so are the other two. So when our physical body is not good, our mind isn't good, and our soul isn't good. So, but like I said, you're about to move into a space where things are changing for the positive, and that's going to affect you emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful space. So, whatever it is that you're going through, keep doing what you're doing to heal, and you are going to be like A-okay. Well, I mean, you're going to be, I don't want to sit there and say A-okay. You're moving into a space where you're going to be better, have more energy and more positivity in your life. All right. So the last card, as far as our basic aspects, is spirituality. And spirituality doesn't always necessarily mean religion. You can be religious and spiritual. You can be not religious and spiritual. But it is a very important part of us. I also like to relate it to like your subconscious or your super consciousness. So let's go ahead and see, Aries, what you got. More cups. Okay. 3 of Cups. Well, again, this is the throat chakra, and it is the element of water again because it's dealing with emotions. It is a Cancer card, not medical cancer, but Zodiac Cancer. So again, emotions, nurturing, intuition, and the planet of Mercury. And this is saying that your spiritual path, you're about to partake in some group things. And whether this is in person or online, maybe if this is the first time you're watching me, that could be your group thing as well. But I see you interacting with, participating somehow in a group with your spirituality. And through this interaction, it's going to open up yourself to great opportunities spiritually. Maybe you'll learn something new. Like say if this is the first time to my channel and you're sitting there, you're going, oh my gosh, that crystal right there is so pretty. And you message, hey, what is that crystal next to that pointy thing? And I'd be, oh, that's stibnite. And maybe then you're like, okay, well, I liked your reading and I'm going to check out your crystal educational series. And then you kind of go from there and you find yourself learning new things. So I think that's where you're at energy-wise right now. It's spiritual energy-wise, as far as your spiritual energy, is that you're going to be opening yourself up to some really great people, some really great opportunities, and some new maybe ways of thinking, maybe new ways of practicing, maybe new books to read or what have you, whatever it is in your spiritual realm that you partake on your path. But it's a really beautiful card and it's all positive. So whatever, if you get an offer to do something, maybe say, you know what, I'm going to try it. Don't go, nah, okay, no, that's not for me. Try it, because this is all about new opportunities for you. So just beautiful energy, Aries. All right, so let's take a look. I forget what the name of this deck is. This is called the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle. All right, and that's the card that's got the little Kundalini snake on it. And we are going to draw you a card to just give you an idea. It's not necessarily shadow work. It could be shadow work. We'll see what you get. It just could be maybe some negative energy that's coming in to your space over the course of the next 4 months. We shall see, and we'll talk about that and go from there, okay? All right. And what I was doing right there, you probably heard it. When I shuffle this way, cards fly everywhere, and especially with the live candles, I don't want to start a fire. My husband is taking a nap, and he'll yell if I wake him up going, Ed, I was shuffling and the cards caught on fire. He'd be like, what are you doing that in your candles? Anyway, all right, guys, let's see what you got. And I'm having a hard time reading this. It says mischief, puga. Puga is the name of the energy or something. And I don't know if this was a book series or what. But I really liked when I purchased these, the message of the cards. Oh, I see. It looks like some kind of animal there. All right. Mischief. Ugh. I'm going to set that one down. I have I'll show you, hold on. My necklace on with my, that is black obsidian. And I also have black tourmaline in my pocket. This is not a really good card. I don't think this is your energy. I think it's some negative energy that can come into your space if you're not vigilant of it, okay? This card is saying to please, and it kind of freaks me out a little bit because it's playing into this card that we talked about with love. And love, yeah. This might not necessarily be love, though. It just made me think of that because of what we talked about. I hate when I draw bad cards. This is just saying to be aware of people that aren't being transparent or honest with you. Okay? This doesn't necessarily mean it's this card. And if you beware, you're going to be fine. You're not, if you're aware or, like I said, if you open up an opportunity for somebody to talk to you, then maybe they won't have to lie to you. And it doesn't necessarily mean lies. It could even be something like we talked about the get rich quick schemes here with your finances. To be aware of that. So maybe that's, and you know what? That's what I'm getting the feeling of. When I picked this one up with this card, I didn't get it. But when I picked these two cards up, that's what I'm feeling. Be really, 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 hold on, I've got your cards. This was reversed, sorry. Be really, really careful of people who are not being open and honest. And maybe they're not lying, but they're not being transparent. They're not giving you all the details. It's almost like politics where they tell you what you want to hear, or they spin it and they leave out little bits of information, So just be careful. There's going to be someone, or maybe it could be a couple people, or it could be even strangers that you come into contact with that don't have necessarily your best interests at heart, and they're not being transparent. That's better than saying honest. They're not being transparent. They're not necessarily lying, but they're not giving you the full disclosure, okay? Just beware of that, Aries, okay? And I think if you're aware of it and you just don't take everything at face value, and if something doesn't sound right, follow your gut. That's what I'm going to tell you. And that's crazy because you got, these cards that are cups, which deal about emotions and everything. And it also, Cancer energy deals with intuition. So pay attention to your gut. If your gut tells you that somebody maybe isn't being totally forthright with you, or something just doesn't seem right, or it sounds too good to be true, listen to your gut, okay? And if you listen to your gut and then you ask the questions, you do your due diligence, you're going to be okay, all right? Yuck, yuck, yuck. And what's crazy was a couple months ago, one of my readings, we're going to pull your crystal card next. One of my readings I did, it was not a good card. It was a card about, normally it was about, fighting amongst one another and things like that. And when it's in reverse, normally a reverse card can have one of 3 different meanings. And in this instance, it was the same as the upright version, but turned up a bit. So I said, be careful, if somebody's in an argument with you, don't, fall into it, because it could turn physical and it could be violent. And I mean, yeah, any kind of physical fighting is, violent. And somebody sent me this long email about how you need to choose your words better. And it's like, well, I obviously struck a nerve and it obviously resonated. And, I'm sorry, whatever you're going through, but I'm not just going to sit here and waste my time. Because, I mean, by the time this video is done, it's probably going to be close to 45 minutes. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time talking to you guys, blowing smoke up your rear ends and trying to make you feel warm and fuzzy. Yeah, I want all your readings to be warm and fuzzy, but if the cards, like this one, for example, or this oracle card, isn't warm and fuzzy, I'm not going to lie to you. Why am I wasting my time? Why am I wasting your time? Why am I going to put bad karma out into the world that's going to come back to me because I'm lying? No. Okay. Let's see what crystal you got, Aries, and then you can be on your way until, let's see, this is coming out on the 1st, which is Friday. I might put it out on the 2nd because Friday, I don't know. Friday's normally oracle message, so it might be a little much for once. So I'm probably going to put this out Friday. We'll see. All right. So your crystal that you might want to work with is Amazonite. I like to say it like amazingite. I've heard it pronounced Amazonite. I like Amazonite because it's amazing. And it says life's purpose. Unfortunately, I don't currently, at the time of this recording, have any of this crystal in the Your Natural Healer store. However, anytime if you're interested in something, say, hey, Tammy, excuse me, are you going to get this in? And I will check with my suppliers. All my suppliers, they're authentic crystals. None are lab grown, and all are ethically sourced. All right. So this crystal says life purpose. This is all about your solar plexus and your crown chakra. And this is really playing into this card here that you pulled for spirituality, because I think that you're moving into a space where you're really trying to look for that life purpose. And that may be part of the reason why, if you're up here job hopping or if you got all these wonderful ideas, is because you're really at that point where you're trying to look for that life purpose. Why am I here? The only person that's going to be able to answer that question is you. So working with this beautiful energy, this beautiful crystal, can help you, if you meditate with it, to determine what your life purpose is. You need to call in your spirit guides. It's more than just holding a crystal and going, okay, tell me what my life purpose is. And bam, right away, that, you're supposed to be, I don't know, a chef. It's more than that. It's really taking it on a much deeper, much more spiritual, personal level. So working with Amazonite will help you if you are on that quest currently, looking for that life purpose. And I don't think I have a piece here. Hold on one second. I'm not going to pause this because I don't know how long you can pause for before it shuts off. But I'm going to grab my Amazonite. Now, this is my personal collection. I have so many pieces because with crystal gridding, you need all kinds of pieces. And plus, I may have a crystal grid up for myself, one for my husband, maybe a couple clients. I've got them going on all the time. And this is Amazonite. Now, it can come in different shades, but it usually is a lighter blue. And I think the next time I put an order in, I'm going to see if they have this, because this just is a beautiful, beautiful crystal. It's just a beautiful crystal. It is just a loving, light, soft energy. But this is amazing. This is raw Amazonite. And you see, I don't like to clean mine. You see, it's got some traces of another mineral in it from where it was mined. And, oh, I never realized that was shiny there. Huh. Wonder what that is in there. I'll have to take a closer look. But just a beautiful crystal. And I don't like cleaning them. Like some people get their crystals and clean them in water right away to make them all pretty. I don't want to do that. However it comes to me, that's how it was meant to come to me. Okay. But anyway, that is Amazonite. And that is all I have for you, Aries. So again, I'm sorry this wasn't like the most happiest, go luckiest reading. It wasn't actually terrible. But again, just remember, follow your intuition. If you follow your intuition and something doesn't feel right, something doesn't look right, something doesn't sound right, don't jump into it. Ask the questions. And if you follow your intuition, it's never going to steer you wrong. Okay? So with that being said, again, if you're interested in Reiki, or if you're interested in your personal reading, if you'd like to purchase some crystals or sage products or your own crystal grid, just go to yournaturalhealer.com/services. Well, /services for all the services, and then products are for the crystals. And all the links to all that is below. And you'll also see there's always specials now going on. I've actually had to create a separate tag, or not tag, what's it called? Separate tab for specials. So make sure you check that out. Especially there is a 2014 Ultimate Reading Package, which includes this. It includes distance Reiki. It includes crystals. You get a crystal grid. It is a wonderful a horoscope report based off of your birth chart information. Anyway, check it out. I'm not going to sit here and go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about it. I get excited, and there's so many things going on with Your Natural Healer that I had to create that separate tab. I now have the calendar of events on there for people who are local. So anyway, Aries, this went a little longer than I wanted to, but again, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. And please remember, if you got any value out of this, please give it a thumbs up. That helps the other formula to allow my videos to be seen on people who may be interested in the channel. And by subscribing, turning off your notifications, again, that won't offend me. By subscribing, that really helps me, again, with the other formula, and really helps supports my channel. So again, thank you, Aries. Good luck. I will see you hopefully on Monday for weekly readings, Fridays. There's just lots of stuff going on, and I'll be dropping new meditations soon, and just lots of new stuff getting ready to come out with the fall. Now that summer, it's kind of calming down. All right, I promise I'm going to shut up now. So Aries, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.